few weeks. I never had, no flattering, such an experience because all of you wholeheartedly joined in this. It's a very rare combination of a family. I congratulate you all. I'm sure you must be definitely doing some regular spiritual practices. Without that, this would not have been possible. Anyway, I don't think I need to say much about what I wanted to, but all the same, having come here and taken this up, I thought I would share some thoughts with you. Some 50 odd years ago, we used to have a regular spiritual discipline in every house in our country, whether it is in south, north or east or west, wherever it is. But we had one regular spiritual discipline in every house, in every religion, every caste community. In the evening at twilight time, as children we were asked to sit and chant Om Namah Shivaya or some other mantra. Without exception, in every house it was being done. It is being done even now, but in a very small way, in small percentage of houses. In other places, other things have taken priority. So we gave an excuse that we don't have time. Really not so. We can find time if we really wanted to. But we have not thought that this discipline needs some priority. So the idea of this project of mine, which I have taken up on my own, is to try and persuade people to bring back that old culture which we had. We were talking about culture. Even in this country, in this materialistic world, we have been able to find people who used to take regular spiritual discipline as a priority in many places, even today. But in many places it is not so. So in such places, it has become necessary to remind them of our rich cultural, spiritual heritage and request them to please give back that which we have missed to give to our children. As children, we got some legacy from our parents, from our grandparents, which somehow has been missing to the third generation today. Unintentionally, of course. But the result is that we have found a lot of disharmony, not only in the house, in the whole society and world. So it has been found that the mere chanting of God's name is capable of bringing about an atmosphere of peace and harmony, not only in every house, but in the whole world. So the mission that we have is chanting of God's name for world peace. I come from an ashram in Kerala. The name of the ashram is Anandashram. It is stationed in a place called Kanyangarh, which is close to Mangalore, about an hour's drive from Mangalore airport. Some of you may have heard, some of you may have come there. You've got some relations in that area?
Yeah, I visited.
You have visited, very good. So I have not much to tell you. You can also share your thoughts with them. That ashram was set up in 1931 by Swami Ramdas, who merely by the chanting of this mantra, Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram, constantly, underline the word constantly, without even a thought of eating and sleeping, for a couple of years. In a matter of couple of years, he was able to experience that spiritual elevated level of seeing God everywhere, which is called self-realization or God realization. That is the aim and objective of every human birth, which some may know, some may not know, but that is what we are here for. To know the source and go back there. And how to go back there and what is the simplest way that has been shown to us by saints like these mere chanting of God's name. No other discipline is necessary. This much is enough. And what happens when we chant the name is that we have our own inner mind purified by this chanting. The purification of the mind from the impurities which we have gathered over several years. The impurities are generally known as kama, krodha, lobha, moha, mada, matsarya, etc. All these gradually go away from our system, from our very nature, without our effort. We don't have to drink some Dettol or soap solution to wash our mind, we can't do it. This purification takes place merely by the chanting of God's name. That is the power of the name. Any name of God. There is no special significance to a particular name. Every name is God's name. And every name of God is equally powerful. Whether you call Rama, Krishna, Shiva, whatever, it is the same. It is also said, and we all know, that God has no name, God has no form. But how can we call somebody who has got a name, who has got a form? So for our convenience, for our sake, God has condescended to come down to earth in different avatars and incarnations with some name and form, and we remember Him by those names, whichever suits us, whichever appeals to us. And when we take to that name, with the feeling that we are talking of or chanting the name of that power which has no name or form, which has become everything in the world, which is what is explained in the Bhagavad Gita. God has manifested Himself as everything in the world. There is nothing but God everywhere. You and I, all are God's own forms. But it is for us to realize that truth, that we are all one. That is self-realization. We are able to see everyone as God's own forms. How do we get to that? No other formality, no other discipline is necessary except the chanting of His name. So when we chant the name with the prayer, O Lord, I am nothing, You are everything. You are in me, You are in everything. You are manifested as everything. Please reveal Yourself to me in that universal form so that I can see You in everything and see everything as You. With this prayer, if we pray to that God by chanting any name that we like, whether it is Radha, Krishna, Rama, whatever you like, but chant that mantra ceaselessly, constantly, with this attitude, then the purification will take place on one side. We will be able to see everybody as God's own forms, and there will be peace around us. So world peace can be achieved merely by the chanting of this name. Not only that, we are also able to achieve the purpose of our life, that is the realization of God. This is a very simple procedure. How can we do it constantly or ceaselessly? Is one question which can normally come out from anybody. It is difficult, but it's easy. What we have to do is to make a beginning. So we give a prescription. 10 minutes, only 10 minutes in the morning and 10 minutes in the evening. Out of 24 hours in a day, can we not spare 10 minutes in the morning and 10 minutes in the evening for that power which has given us everything? Don't we see it is so necessary? We are indebted to Him. He has given us so much, but we have taken them for granted. Whatever He has given to us, and talking about that supreme power, whatever He has given to us, we cannot even see. Unseen, like air that we breathe, without that we can't exist even for a minute. Where does it come from? It has been provided to us, and we take it for granted. It is there, free. But how can we pay back for this simple gesture of compassion? We can't. Right? Water, fire, all these things are elements which are necessary for us in our life, and they are being given to us freely. And then we have the society around us. Without them we can't exist. We are watching a TV. Who produced the TV we don't know. We only know that company's name. But who invented that? Do we have any idea? And the person who invented that did not keep the technology to himself personally. He gave it to society for posterity, and we are enjoying it. Have we been able to give anything like that to society? In even a small way. Like that, there are so many things in life we are enjoying freely without even a thought of giving back. We are talking about Thanksgiving. We just finished the Thanksgiving Day. What we really do in the Thanksgiving Day today is just making merry, meeting everybody, have a good time, merry time. At the most, we thank each other in the family. But do we go out of this circle sincerely? How many people we have to thank for? Apart from that, there is one supreme power. We cannot even thank enough for what he has done. Do we make any attempt to do that? That is where we have to put our mind to. There is one sloka in Srimad Bhagavatam that says, you need not water the whole tree from the top. You pour water in the roots. It will go to the whole tree. Similarly, you need not thank the whole world. You thank God. God is everything. God has become everything. How do you thank God? He doesn't want anything from us. He doesn't even ask us to give him some eatables. What he has created, what are we going to do? Taking from him and giving back to him? All things have been created by him. He doesn't want anything. He wants our pure mind. We offer ourselves to him. That's the significance of our camphor lighting during the Arati. We become that and offer us mind to him. So what we need to do is to thank him by remembering him. Nama Smarana. There is no other alternative. Nama Smaranad Anya Upayam Nahi Pashyati Bhavatarane. There is no other simplest alternative to the chanting of God's name. The earlier we realize that, the better. It is not necessary to tell all these things here because I know very well that you must have been doing or must be continuing to do even now. Otherwise, this sort of an atmosphere cannot have been achieved. So you have an additional responsibility of not only doing it but making others do. So I repeat the prescription of that supreme power, that God of gods, doctor of doctors, 10 minutes in the morning, 10 minutes in the evening. Take any name of God that you are comfortable with. Chant that name. But in the 10 minutes, all members of the family must sit together and do. One will lead, the others will follow. I am talking about one individual house, not talking about the gathering. One individual, so we are 4 people, all 4 must sit together and do. Find a convenient time suitable to everybody. Please do not say in the morning I don't have time, evening we will try to do. In the morning also we can do. If you don't find the time today, from tomorrow you get up 10 minutes early, you will find the time. Set the alarm 10 minutes before, that's all. But it must be done. We must set that priority. So many things we are setting a priority to. Why not this? 10 minutes in the morning. Forget about the little children. They will come and do on their own. It's a promise. You can experience it. The elders must show the way to them and they will do. Even if they don't join for months together, it doesn't matter. That vibration will take care of them. Similarly in the night, before going to bed, any time before going to bed, just 10 minutes. Once we start doing that, rest of the time, without our knowledge, we will be chanting the mantra. That also we can experience. When we are in the shower, when you are driving, when you are doing this and that, this chanting will go on. Without our knowledge, this will continue in our mind. That's what we need. That's what's called constant chanting. Consciously or unconsciously, the mind must be chanting. If that we can achieve, nothing more is required. Now, when I mentioned about you have an additional responsibility, what I would like to suggest to you is, apart from doing this every day, in every house, you all can join at least once a week or once in 15 days for a half an hour session in one place. You do today in one house, next week in another house like that, and just chant for 15-20 minutes. Can we not do it? And create that atmosphere around. Invite a couple of friends from the neighbors. No formality, no feeding is required. Please don't do that. That will create no problem. Because others will think this is compulsory. It's not compulsory. Some people may like